The 2025 NFL draft is finally over, and here we are with the final results. After the draft, every fan in America is like, oh yeah, this is our year. This is our time. Our team is finally doing something.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Jaylen Hurts, quarterback.
What? What the fuck? What are we doing over here? Brian! Brian Gutekunst, you weird sounding what? I don't want to sound like a homer, but really like what we're doing with these picks so far. Now on day 3, the Falcons doubled down at safety and went and added Billy Bowman, which is a good football name, by the way. But that's not the reason why I like the kid. He's a guy that can cover and has ball hawking skills like a safety and will come down and hit you and is not afraid to tackle, but he also moves like a cornerback. Also capable of playing that nickel. Basically, Jeff Ulbrich all but confirmed that that's how they're gonna plan on using Billy Bowman.
He is a little bit undersized. The vision is really nickel over safety.
Okay.
So I think that's a little bit more conducive to his skill set.
He's a guy that in college, they played him all over the field at free safety, strong safety, and they lined him up at nickel a little bit. He's a guy that has 4.4 speed. He's really effective in that nickel. Now, he's a little bit undersized, so he is going to have to work on his wrapping up a little bit more. When you watch him on tape, he doesn't have a problem getting guys down. He's more of a hitter and more of a throw his body into people as opposed to just a straight-up warm wrap tackling guy, which at that size, you kind of have to deal with that. It's just kind of a trade-off. All the scouting projections have him as somebody that could be a viable starter in the NFL. The only reason that he was drafted in the 4th round and probably didn't get drafted sooner is just because of his height at 5'10". I know that there may be some concerns if he's playing against bigger receivers, but we have a guy, like I said, who can play safety and can play that nickel back for us. In case we have one of our guys go down, we won't lose a step. A lot of teams in the NFL these days, when they're running nickel personnel, they're actually bringing another safety in as opposed to a traditional cornerback. They want a guy who can actually come out here and cover and will actually hit you. He reminds me a little bit of Honey Badger, you know, the tenaciousness that they play with. And another reason I really like that pick is because Jesse Bates is not under contract after this year. We have Xavier Watts, who we picked up in the 3rd round. He not only played receiver, but he also played linebacker as well, too. So he's a real cerebral guy that's played all over the field, but he's probably going to be our future at safety.
He's got anticipatory stuff that is elite. It's a big reason that he has the ball production that he has. A very similar player, I would have said, to when I evaluated Jesse coming out.
We have DeMarco Hellams and we signed Fuller as well. I like how the Falcons are really keeping this really open competition. You could never have too many good safeties, to be honest with you, in the room. And when you look at the draft, the Falcons really look like they're going to truly try to play positionless football. And I really love that concept.
You know, we're going to be versatile and we're going to be multiple.
We hear a lot of defensive coordinators say that they want to be multiple. But the Falcons actually really went out and did something to be able to be a multiple front defense. They have guys who can play at a position, but they can actually do duties of other positions as well, too. We got Walker out there.
They're going to work as outside linebacker / edge / defensive end. You know, on 1st and 2nd down, I want, especially Jaylen, to really have an opportunity to just master playing on the edge. From a 3rd down perspective, we can get creative with him and do a little bit more off the ball, internally blitz, drop, etc. As far as James is concerned, he's going to be edge only.
They're probably not going to try to shy away from going with that 3-4 rotation. And I believe that Jaylen Walker is probably going to be a true 3-4 outside linebacker. They're really going to let him mix it up, play the run, and can actually pass rush on early downs if they need to. Is good in space and is a good open field tackler. Think even along the lines of how we used Caden Ellis last year. We moved him around on the outside sometimes. Sometimes we rushed him from the inside. I think that we're going to do a lot of that with Jaylen Walker. Or maybe even thinking like Troy Polamalu at linebacker. And in case there's a pass, he can drop in the pass coverage if they need him to as well, too. You saw oftentimes last year they were dropping Matthew Judon in the pass coverage, but we didn't have anybody else that could actually offset that. Regardless of the fact that Ulbrich said that he wants to start off with Walker playing on the edge a lot more and being more of an edge element, I think they want to play him a lot more and move him around more as an off-ball linebacker from time to time, or just have the option of being able to do that. Get your best playmakers on the field. Having Pearce allows them just having one more body that can actually rush while they get to mix him up on 3rd and 4th down. Let him be a little bit more of an athlete. Leonard Floyd, Pearce Jr., Trice. I think that we're going to use those guys a lot more as edge rushers, but I think that they want to be able to fluidly switch between 3-4 and 4-3 personnel. Of course, you can't tell. You don't know what's happening. These guys haven't played a snap yet. But on paper, it looks like really sound judgment as to why we went after the guys we went after. And got to admit, Terry looks like he's cooking a little bit more. A lot of people were unhappy with some of the moves he was making before. But if you can leave the NFL draft with 3 starters out of it, I think you're doing really good for yourself, and we might have 4, like I said. One thing that we didn't know is that Jaylen Walker actually has a shoulder injury that could require some surgery. We don't know to what extent and how bad it is at this point in time. Hopefully he doesn't have to miss much time if he does get a surgery. That's our show for today. If you love what we're doing at Point Game Official, hit that like and subscribe button. CMO, Point Game Official, checking out, baby.